Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Nick here, and we're back again with a brand new video today. And for today, we're going to be doing a movie review for the brand new Marvel Cinematic Universe film, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I've wanted to do movie reviews on this channel for a while now and decided, you know what, with the release of the new Black Panther movie, why not go ahead and just do it? The first thing I want to talk about when it comes to Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is the fact that this film was made under horrible conditions. For those of you who may not know, back in 2020, unfortunately, the actor who played Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, tragically passed away due to colon cancer. And so this was during the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, and so Marvel literally had like the worst case scenario when coming to this movie, where the lead actor who was supposed to star in the movie died, and so they basically had to like rewrite the whole thing around him dying. So I was a little bit concerned about how the movie was going to go, considering it seemed like they had to change plans so quickly, and this film has come out only 2 years after his passing, and it takes a while for films to get produced, so with all this happening, I wasn't sure exactly how the film was going to turn out, and it seemed like many people were a bit nervous about how it was going to turn out too. However, I think overall the film turned out great. I really think it did. What they ended up doing was end up rewriting the whole script around Chadwick's death and by killing off the character. Just from the get-go, when the movie starts, the character's dead and we're just dropped in there. We're just dropped in the fact that this character's dead and we're moving forward. You guys probably saw a little bit of that in the trailers, so it's not really spoilery because we kind of knew that going into the movie. I'll try my best not to give any spoilers away in this review. However, if I do, I'll put a spoiler warning or something. I do think, however, with this horrible situation that they were dealt with, they really did a great job at getting the story together. I think deciding to go the route of having the character be killed off makes sense for what they decided to do. I think it was a great idea because had they not done that, I think the whole process would have just ended up being so much worse than it could have been. Like, this film really could have been a huge disaster had they not gone that route. So I'm actually glad that they decided to go down the route they did. I thought the way they handled it was wonderful. I really do. Another thing I want to talk about when coming to this film is the visuals. This film visually is masterful. I really do mean that. I think the visuals in this film are incredible. If you guys saw the first Black Panther, you guys probably really enjoyed the visuals in that one. That film had amazing visuals. I think this time around, I think Black Panther: Wakanda Forever actually had better visuals. Even though Black Panther 1 had amazing visuals, there were a few moments where the CGI seemed a bit unfinished. I think a lot of us remember the scene where there's the battle between T'Challa and Michael B. Jordan's character, and it seemed unfinished, like it hadn't gone through post completely. In Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, there are no moments like that. Every single shot looks incredible. The CGI, there's not a single bad CGI moment in this film at all. I really do mean that. I was watching the film in the theaters the other night, and I was trying to I was looking out for it. I was like, are there going to be any moments where the CGI just doesn't look convincing? Not a single one, at least from what I saw. Every single shot had convincing CGI, and it looks incredible. I really do believe that the visual team outdid themselves this time around. I know there are some people who have been critical of the past couple releases in the MCU during Phase 4 due to some not great CGI or some CGI that have just looked like it wasn't convincing enough. If you're one of the people who was upset about the CGI in these last couple films and TV shows, you're not going to be disappointed here. I'm telling you that right now. You will not be disappointed with the CGI here. The CGI in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is incredible. It really is. There was not a single moment where I thought that doesn't look convincing. I think this is honestly a film that it's going to look good forever. I really do think that. I also think James Cameron might end up being a little bit upset with how this film looks because there's some blue people and there's a lot of stuff in the water, kind of like Avatar. So James Cameron, I'm not trying to say that he's not going to do a good job with Avatar, but he's got some competition, dude. He's got some competition. I think James Cameron would actually probably be very impressed with this film. I wouldn't be surprised if the next couple Avatar movies he decides to get inspiration from Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Another thing I want to talk about is the pacing of this movie. Now, this movie was actually 2 hours and 40 minutes long. I actually did not know it was going to be that long until I ended up looking up the runtime when I got my tickets. And even though this film is 2 hours and 40 minutes long, it doesn't feel that long. I thought it was very well paced. I really did. They made a 2 hour and 40 minute movie feel more like a 2 hour movie. There were some people who were complaining about the length of the film, and it is a long movie, but at no point throughout the film did I feel like it was dragging on a little bit too long. There were some moments where it slowed down just a little bit, but never did I think to myself, this movie's too long, I need to get out of this theater. I thought the pacing was really well done. I thought Ryan Coogler did a great job with his direction and every single thing regarding the actual just time frame of the film. He really did an amazing job with that, and I think the writers did an excellent job doing that too. The next thing I want to talk about is the villain. Namor is a great villain. I can't say he's my favorite villain that we've had thus far in Phase 4, but he's one of the better villains. I think he's definitely one of the best. I think my favorite of Phase 4 villain is probably the Mandarin and Shang-Chi and a couple other ones, but I think that Namor really is one of the better villains. You understand where he is coming from, and even though you don't like the things that he does, like his reasonings for doing what he does are perfectly logical reasons. You know, he's not a very likable person. He's actually kind of scary, if I'm being completely honest. But the fact that you understand where he's coming from is what makes him a little bit more sympathetic. And I thought the writers did a great job with writing out Namor's backstory. Very interesting character. I think people who are looking forward to this movie are going to appreciate the villain a lot. They did a great job with Namor. Of course, if I were to talk about this movie, it would be a crime not to mention the terrific acting in this film. Going into a Black Panther movie without Chadwick Boseman, it had me a little bit worried because I really felt Chadwick Boseman did a phenomenal job playing this character in Civil War and Black Panther and Infinity War and Endgame. And so going into a movie without him in it was going to be something I thought I was going to have to get used to, you know? But however, once the movie started, I really thought the other actors did a terrific job. The supporting cast in the first Black Panther movie were pretty much the main cast in this movie, and given the circumstances they were under, they really did a great job. I want to first talk about Letitia Wright as Shuri. She's pretty much the main character of the movie. She's pretty much like, I wouldn't say she's taking Chadwick's place, but she's pretty much there to be the main character in place of where Chadwick was before, and I thought she did a beautiful job of carrying the movie. She was a very fun, charismatic side character in previous films, but we got to see a lot of emotional maturity and growth in Shuri this time around, and Letitia Wright did a great job. Also, Angela Bassett. Wow. Angela Bassett was amazing in this movie. I can't stress that enough, and given how much the Oscars relate to the first Black Panther movie, I think Angela Bassett might actually be up for a Best Actor nomination, or Best Actress, or Best Supporting Actress, or whatever the thing might be. She might actually be there for it, because she did a fantastic job in this film. She might have honestly given the best performance in an MCU movie this entire year, and that's saying something, because we've had a couple great performances this year, especially with Elizabeth Olsen in Multiverse of Madness, but I gotta give it to Angela Bassett. She was really phenomenal in this movie. I think great things are gonna come of it. If she doesn't get an award for this role, I don't understand why this movie even exists, if I'm being completely honest here. Yeah, Denai Guerra as Okoye did a great job in this movie too. I hope I'm saying that right. I see her all the time in Black Panther and the Avengers, and I always forget the name. However, this time around, I really like seeing Okoye and seeing the chemistry between her and Shuri. I thought the two of them had a lot of great on-screen chemistry together. They worked very well together. Of course, she was badass like she always is. You know, it was actually kind of cool to see some emotion in her character, because the first few movies I thought she was just there to be kind of like a cool badass female character, but this time she showed a lot of emotion in this film. Really, every single character that I really liked in the original Black Panther movie shows a lot of emotional maturity given the horrible circumstances they were faced with Chadwick's passing. And so this whole cast did a great job. And I don't know the actress name who played Ironheart. Very likable, charismatic actor. I hope that we get to see her more throughout this franchise. I thought the introduction of Ironheart was very well done. I think there's supposed to be an Ironheart Disney Plus series, and so I'm looking forward to that after seeing the debut of Ironheart in this film. Of course, I cannot forget Lupita Nyong'o as Nakia. I hope I'm saying that right. I sometimes might mess up the pronunciation of these names. If I get these wrong, I'm sorry, but Lupita Nyong'o, she was very charismatic in the first one, and I was glad to see her return in this one. You know, she did a great job as part of the main cast. She really did. I thought it was great to see her again. And that's kind of a thing that I realized coming out of the movie, is that the vast majority of the cast in Black Panther Wakanda Forever was a female cast. Not entirely, but like at least half of the main cast was a female cast. And for a female superhero team-up movie, I really liked it. We don't see very many female team-up superhero movies. This time around, though, I thought it was very well done. And to have a Black Panther movie with a new Black Panther in it, it was like the torch being passed down. Beautifully, beautifully done. And I really do feel like this set of characters in this film are going to bring even more to the table with Black Panther in the future. Like, I really think there's a promising future for Black Panther with the cast we were given. As I previously mentioned, Ryan Coogler's direction in this film was great. I think this is probably the best directed film that we've had in Phase 4, possibly. I'm not exactly sure about that, because I thought Sam Raimi's direction for Multiverse of Madness was pretty phenomenal as well, but Ryan Coogler, absolutely. He crushed it with the first one, and he crushed it with the second one, too. That's just a back-to-back just victory right there. And I can't praise him enough because I've seen directors do movies back-to-back and do a good job, but not in the way Ryan Coogler did it, in my opinion. You know, so even though I really liked what James Gunn did with Guardians 1 and Guardians 2, I don't feel like it had the same wave, really, that Coogler did with Black Panther. I'm really happy that he directed this one and that he did as amazing of a job that he does. And if they make a Black Panther 3 or anything like that, with Black Panther returning, I hope Coogler continues to do the job that he's been doing because I feel he really understands the characters. I feel he really understands the story and he wants to make it as great as it possibly can. So kudos to Coogler on doing an incredible job with this film. You know, of course, I have to mention the fact that this film is post-Chadwick. I've mentioned it multiple times already in this review. However, as an actual tribute to Chadwick, it was beautiful. This was a beautiful tribute to Chadwick Boseman, and they really did a great job of closing off the character. It was a perfect send-off for the character as well as Chadwick, and it was really like the torch getting passed down, like I previously mentioned, but they did it in a way where it really was emotionally resonant. There was a few moments in this film where I cried a little bit because I didn't realize I missed the character and the actor that much, you know, but like the script, the screenwriters, the director, I can't praise them enough for how beautiful of a job they did closing off Chadwick's story arc and giving it to these new characters. Chadwick Boseman will be sadly missed. He is still sadly missed to this day. But it's nice to see that the Black Panther legacy lives on even with him no longer here. As I've kind of teased a little bit before, I've mentioned that this film is a significant improvement for Phase 4, and I think that this film is honestly better than some of the other Phase 4 projects we've had so far. I think of the films, I think that this is probably my third favorite movie in Phase 4. No Way Home was my favorite, then it was Shang-Chi, and I think this one's number 3. I like it a little bit more than Multiverse of Madness, which is crazy to say because I really liked that movie. I liked it more than Thor Love and Thunder, which I still liked, even though most people didn't like it. And I think I liked it more than... I definitely liked it more than Black Widow and Eternals. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is one of the best things in Phase 4. Phase 4 truly ended on a high note with this one. So if any of the people who are watching this review have been underwhelmed with Phase 4 recently, I still highly recommend you go and watch Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It is a beautiful way to end off Phase 4. It's a perfect send-off for Chadwick Boseman, and it's overall a great movie. This movie made me very happy. There was some skepticism I had going into the movie. However, when I came out, I walked out of there thinking, that was a beautiful film. This film really is a beautiful film, and if you haven't checked it out, you should check it out. It's a great movie. Overall, I'm going to give Black Panther Wakanda Forever an overall rating of a 9 out of 10. I'm not going to give it a 10 because there was a few moments where it felt a little bit slow, but that's just one little tiny, flaw I can overlook. So it's a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give it an overall grade of an A. I think Black Panther Wakanda Forever is a terrific film. It's a great entry in the MCU, and I think people who are watching this review are going to like it very much. I think Black Panther fans are going to love it. I think film fans are going to love it, and even the people who have not been happy with Phase 4, I think they're going to love it. Please go check out this movie if you have not already. Also, I do kind of want to announce that I am planning on making a series where I'm going to review all the MCU theatrical films that have been released thus far, leading up to the release of Ant-Man Quantumania. Be on the lookout for those. I can't wait to do those. And I hope to do more film reviews more often. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. It's probably going to be a while before these reviews start to become great reviews, but I'm doing them the best that I can because it's kind of something I'm kind of new to. It's a new niche for this channel, but you know what? I'm happy to do it because I have a big passion for films and I like to talk about them. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, make sure that you hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and hit the notification bell when you get notified about new videos. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought about Black Panther Wakanda Forever or other video ideas or just anything down in the comments below. Anything you can think of, leave them there. And yeah, that's been it. Peace.